Another thing that also pretty much always helps me stay productive and stay motivated and helps me always keep my energy up naturally is following my values and setting up my boundaries. In most cases, when I feel depleted of energy, when I feel down, it means that in one way or another something broke my boundaries, or I let something or someone else influence my personal values. And it's normal and it's absolutely natural for us to steer away from our personal values and to have our boundaries being broken, simply because there is so much noise that's coming from the outside, and there are so many people and so many sources of information influencing the way we think and the way we look at the world. When I feel depleted, when I feel unmotivated, and when I feel like I'm not productive anymore, what I do right away is I come back to my values and I assess what are my main values, what are my core priorities in life, what are those ultimate goals that I'm trying to achieve. Is there anything or anyone who stepped over my boundaries, and how can I prevent that from happening in the future? My personal values is everything to me. When I know my values, I'm valuable. When I know my values, I can bring value to this world, and that automatically makes me feel better. It makes me vibrate on a higher frequency, and it makes me feel more energetic and more enthusiastic and more productive in so many different ways, and at the same time not really doing anything, just sticking to my values. The next thing that really helps me be productive and keep my energy up during the day is doing things I love. And this is a little bit of a harder one to tackle because not every single time, not every decision that we take and not every move we make is going to be something that we love to do. But the more of those things and the more of those activities we bring into our life that make us genuinely feel happy and feel joy or anticipate something in the future, the more energy we will end up having and accumulating for achieving our goals. Even though this activity will not be directly connected to what you're trying to achieve, the amount of energy that you accumulate doing something that you love is the exact energy that you will use later on for achieving your personal goals. And for me personally, it is reading. I love reading. Reading is my most favorite hobby in the whole entire world. This is treating myself. It's knowing exactly what my favorite foods are. It's really listening to my body and understanding when are the perfect days for me to pick up the sushi from my favorite restaurant, or maybe go out and have some drinks, or maybe go get some cake. Another thing that really makes me excited and makes me really happy is being creative. And I personally never considered myself being creative. In my family, everyone is creative. I personally never felt that I am very creative. I'm very good at executing ideas and doing, planning and setting goals and setting the budgets and achieving my goals, but I've never considered myself creative. So with YouTube, I found something where I can be creative and I can do something fun. And editing video is one of my favorite things to do because this is one of those rare moments in my life when I truly feel creative. Another thing that helps me be productive and keep my energy up is taking inspired action. And taking inspired action is a little bit different than just taking any action. Usually what happens when we take an action, we have our goal, we have our plan, and we have our steps written down, and we take actions in order to achieve those goals. With inspired action, we still have our goal and we still have our plan, but sometimes we feel inspired to do something else other than our step-by-step plan tells us to do. For instance, if you are trying to find a corporate job, if you're trying to change your career, you have created a plan for yourself to change your resume, to research different platforms where you can apply for those jobs, search the companies that you want to work for, and then start the process of applying for the opportunities. And that's your strict plan. But during this plan, you might suddenly want to get in touch with your friend. And by ignoring that, by ignoring this inspiration, you are pretty much just telling the universe that you don't need any signs, that you don't want to follow any signs, that you know better. When in reality, what might have happened is that you might have mentioned to that person that you are looking for a job and maybe they would have recommendations for you. Maybe they know or heard someone hiring, but while you are rejecting the sign and while you're rejecting this inspiration, you are trying to take control over your life. And this leads to loss of energy and loss of productivity, because by strictly following the steps, we're giving a lot of energy to our plan, but ultimately we are not getting anything back. When in the case of inspired action, we act on our inspiration and we get a bunch of energy back, because this is exactly what will make us happy. Another thing that really helps me keep my energy up and keep being productive is visualizing. And visualizing is all about vibrational state that you are on. I have created a vision board for myself that's hanging in my bedroom, and every morning I wake up, I look at that vision board and it inspires me. It helps me get into a high vibration state, at the same time helping me to start vibrating on the same frequency as all of those things that I attach to my vision board. Visualizing is important to expand your mind, because we are living in such a strict environment where we know exactly what everything is and what everything does, and we know exactly what we're supposed to do, especially if we have our jobs, if we have our responsibilities, and we cannot step outside that bubble to even imagine that life can unfold differently for us. And vision board is exactly designed for that reason. It challenges you and it helps you want more for yourself. It helps you want to create a better life for yourself, when at the same time giving your energy to do so by helping you vibrate on a higher frequency. Yours? Yeah. While productivity is very, very important in order for us to achieve our goals, I also wanted to talk a little bit about effectiveness and explain to you how I use the theory of effectiveness not only to feel productive and motivated during the day, but also always have my energy up in order to achieve my goals. The difference between productivity and effectiveness, simply put, is while productivity is about getting things done, effectiveness is about getting the right things done. Being productive is tackling a lot of things on your to-do list, while being effective is being able to create the life that you love while always having enough energy for that. I'm going to show you a diagram of the theory of effectiveness and explain to you how you can use it in order to stay productive and stay motivated and always have a lot of energy. We have 4 levels of effectiveness. The very bottom level is physical level of effectiveness. Above it we have emotional level, above it we have mental level, and the top level is spiritual level of effectiveness. Most of the time we address our effectiveness on the physical level that exactly corresponds to being productive in the modern way of looking at this notion. And we think that if we are productive on physical level, that includes, getting education or preparing your resume or applying for jobs or going through interview process or learning how to budget or invest, we will be able to achieve all of our goals. And we would probably be able to achieve all of our goals just staying on the physical level of effectiveness, but we will also spend a lot of energy on doing so and not getting this energy back. As you can see in this diagram, we have 4 levels of effectiveness, and we also have our efforts that correspond to these 4 levels of effectiveness and the results that also correspond to these 4 levels of effectiveness. And we used to think that the more physical activity, the more physical productivity we have in our life, the better our results are. When in reality, the higher you are on the effectiveness level, the higher your results are. So on the physical level, you will have a lot of efforts that you will be putting into achieving your goals when the result wouldn't be that impressive. The higher we go, the less efforts we need to take and the more results we will get. Let's talk about these 4 levels of effectiveness. The first level, the very bottom level, is the physical level. This is your basic needs. This level corresponds to your body, it corresponds to your health, it corresponds to all the physical activity that you do daily in order to achieve your goals, in order to be productive, or in order to have a lot of energy for changing your life. On this level, our focus is to get things done, and the message that we get on this level is to create and follow the plan. Now, if we go one level above it, it's the emotional level of effectiveness. And this is the level of our values, of our boundaries, of vibrations and frequency. It's staying true to your key emotional states. On this level, the message that we receive is, after we have created this plan, we take this plan and we design it and filter it in accordance to our values and our boundaries. In most cases, while we try to be productive, while we try to achieve our goals, we are just stuck on that physical level. But it is important to take that plan that you created on physical level, to take your goal and to really filter it through your values, to really identify whether all the aspects of your plan correspond to your values and do not break your boundaries. Now, after we have done that, we are going to the level above emotional level, and this is a mental level. And this level is all about our thoughts and about our beliefs, including our limiting beliefs. On this level, it is important to believe that good things are happening to us, that we are absolutely worthy of good things coming into our life. It is important to train yourself and to work with your limiting beliefs in order to see good in yourself and see good in the world. This level is all about work with limiting beliefs, shadow work, or anything that really helps you to work with your thoughts and your core beliefs about yourself and about the world. And the message that we get on this level is, after we have created our plan and after we have filtered our plan in accordance to our values and boundaries, on this level, we get rid of everything and anything that might potentially stand in our way. We get rid of all of the limiting beliefs, especially about ourselves, that we are not worthy of something, that we are not capable of something, that we are not good enough, that we are not talented enough, that we are not smart enough, that we are not old enough, or that we are not young enough. We get rid of all that stuff because that's not even our stuff. It's something that we have inherited from our family. It's something that we borrowed from our friends. It's something that we heard in the outside noise. It's not us. It's not ours. These thoughts are not us. These are just mental rehearsals and mental lies that you have been telling yourself probably most of your conscious life, and now it's time to choose a different thought. After our mental level, we go to the top level, that is spiritual level. And this is my favorite level. This level is all about choosing yourself and staying true to yourself, staying true to your heart, and taking inspired actions. On this level, after we have created our plan, after we have filtered it with our values and boundaries, after we have eliminated everything that stands in the way of us achieving our goals, we deviate. We take inspired actions and we deviate from our original plan. And this is the scariest part of this whole process. And this is exactly something that holds many of us back. This is where most of us stop. If we are able to get through level 1, 2, and 3, this is where we will stop, because this is scary. Because this whole time we were molding our plan according to ourselves. We were learning ourselves. We were learning our values. We were learning our boundaries. Now we think that we know what the plan is, but what we need to do is we need to tune in with ourselves, and we need to listen to our intuition, and we need to be fearless enough to take inspired action. We need to be brave enough to let good things happen to us. We need to be brave enough to start trusting ourselves again. Please let me know if you've heard about this diagram before, if you are implementing it, and how successful you are implementing this diagram into your life, truly following it and helping yourself stay productive, stay effective, stay motivated, and achieve your goals while having a lot of energy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.